Hey everybody, this is Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and I have got a brand new CGC unboxing for you. Now this box right here is a pre-screen 9.8 submission. I was shooting pretty high on this one, and to give you some dates on this, again, we're getting these boxes back super fast from CGC. This literally, I don't have the exact day, but this literally went out in mid-May, just a couple months ago. And today is July 9th. Again, I apologize. I'm so backed up on the videos that I'm going to be putting out on the channel here that, so it'll be probably at least a week or so later when you actually see this. But I wanted to give you that date to let you know that literally this box came in under 2 months. And somebody asked me on one of my recent shows, am I fast tracking these? Well, the answer is no. I'm not paying anything extra for this right now. I am paying just straight up, just a regular modern submission. Nothing special about it except for the fact that it's a pre-screen. And my understanding for a pre-screen was it would add time to your order. Now, last year up until a few months ago, it seemed like that was the case. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's the case at all. They seem to be really rushing these through. And again, from my last videos, you guys know that I don't know if that's the best thing. CGC may be rushing some of these orders through, and I've seen the grades go from one order, it'll be super great, just fantastic, to the next order, it'll be, wow, these are really misses. And, thank goodness I'm doing a pre-screen. If you follow my channel at all, you know what I feel about this pre-screen. I think it's critical at this point to not let books fall below a certain value. And this is a great example. This is a 9.8 pre-screen, and there are books in this order, and I probably took more shots on goal with this because I've got some books with some age on this one. Unlike, it's not just books from the last couple years. I've got books going all the way back into the 80s on this one, and I don't know what we're going to get. The box is not that big. So we know we didn't get everything, but here's the thing. I know I've got some 9.8's in this, so we don't even have to worry about hiding a grade. We can just dig right in and see what books we got. And luckily today, I've got my little spreadsheet here. I can, without me having to worry about putting values on the screen, I can give you basically what the fair market value for that book should be once I get it out as a 9.8. I've got that value right here. Now, again, this is not quite 2 months old. Market's changed a lot since then. It really has starting to gone down a little bit. So if you look up current prices today, it might be a little bit different. But hey, I'm going to give you what I have, and I can tell you on most of these where they came from. Did it come from my PC, or what show did it come from? Also, I can also tell you pretty much most of them with what I paid for them. So I can tell you that on any of these in here graded, I'm going to have a really good return on investment. And hey, let's just get into it. I'm sitting here, I'm holding a knife, I'm ready to go. And again, guys, this is one of those orders where it came in while I was at work. I get home somewhere between 2:30 in the morning, take a shower, make sure I'm all cleaned up and everything, get presentable for you guys. And then I come down here and I set up in the little makeshift studio I have here in the family room, and we get into the box. So let's just take a look. Yeah, it's about half the books. It looks like we made about half the order. And this was, as I said, it's only a couple months old. I took some shots on goal on this. We're going to see what we did. I was hoping for the best. There's the raw books right there. Let's just get into it. See what we've got. All right, going to start off real happy right now. This is Wolverine number 88, and this was probably one of the last books. I remember sending this order in. It's one of the last books that I really put through the press. It was the last book in this order. This is the first meeting of Deadpool and Wolverine. A lot of people really like this cover. I'm not so much of a fan. At this point, I was more of a collector than a fan at this point, and I'd been buying all these Wolverine books since they came out. The John Buscema books at the beginning, then the John Byrne run, I mean, I absolutely loved all that. The Marks of Vestry around issue 50, 40s and 50s and stuff. But after that, it started going downhill a little bit for me. But this is a real popular book. It is. Let me just look it up for you real fast. At the time when I sent this in, this one had a fair market value of $225. So that's just a great way to start. This is 1994, so like I said, a little bit of age on these books. All right, next up, World War Hulk #1, and I think there's some more value in the other issues as well. And this was just a regular cover. I don't think there was anything special about this cover. This one, I actually had this at $275, and we'll see if they come back and they revisit the storyline at all. They kind of already covered it in this Thor Ragnarok movie a little bit, but they really didn't get into the meat of why this was called World War Hulk. Ooh, excuse me. Like I said, 3 in the morning, guys. I'm a little tired, but that is really nice. And all right. And then the great thing about this is I don't have to hide the grades. I can just pick them up and see what the book is. Okay, so we got issue number 657 of Batman. And this is, we got Robin versus Damian. I want to say this is either first or second appearance of Damian. Was it the cover? It doesn't really say first appearance here, so I'm not really sure. But I know they had some value to it, and let me give you that. This one had about $150 value at a 9.8. I think, yeah, so far, these books right here have all been PC books. So I've been paying either cover price or less, because a lot of these books would have been in my subscription service I was using, probably still using. And most of the time it's 35%, maybe sometimes it'll be 50% on a first issue or something special. So when I say I give you the cover price and that's how much I pay for it, I'm not really sure if it was less than that. So we'll just go with that. But, you know, like I said, this is right now, all of these are really good return on investments because the investment was almost nothing. All right. Up next. Oh, cool. Cool. This is Final Crisis #7. This is the J.G. Jones. And when I sent this in, this was a bit of a hot book. I want to say this is I can't remember the name, but isn't this the first Black Superman? But I think there's another book that might actually have that title now. I don't know if this is the more popular, the more valuable cover, but let me just give you some data on this one. Yeah, at the time I had this about $165, another PC book. So cover price $3.99 on that. All right, up next. Oh, cool. A little late to the party, but still good. This is Secret Avengers #19. And I want to say, isn't this the first appearance of Mr. Knight? But they didn't name him that. I guess it's the white suit. It doesn't say up there at all anything, but of course we just had the Moon Knight series. That was, a lot of people liked it. A lot of people were a little iffy on it. I mean, I thought it was really good. I always want those things to connect to the rest of the Marvel Universe, the MCU, just a little bit more. Those are the things. It's like you throw some of these connections in there and it makes you want more. You should always be wanting to see more and more and more. If they just give you everything at once and it's over with, then what are you left with? The anticipation for the next movie should always be there. Marvel was so good at that for the first half dozen years especially. They were really good. But anyway, that is a real nice book. Let me give you value real quick. This is, as I said, Secret Avengers #19. At the time it was $290. I think at that point the Moon Knight series was still going on. So we know that that has probably gone down some as well. All right, continuing on. All right. So in one of my last orders, and it was a 9.8 order, I think on that too, I ended up with another one of my Watchmen books getting graded as a 9.8. So I'm slowly working this down, and I want to say this is either my 4th or 5th issue in the 12 issue run that I got a 9.8 on. These were my original PC copies. A couple of them weren't bought on my subscription, but most of them I bought multiples of all of these right off the newsstand. And of course, I'd never be able to tell you at this point which is which, but this is issue number 10, and I got a 9.8. And guys, if you ever tried to clean and press these books, these back covers here. Now, this one is pretty far along, and you see the red coming down. It's covering the black. Issue number 1, of course, is almost entirely black. And boy, does it pick up scuff marks and fingerprints. I've never had a comic pick up the grease and the oils on your fingers as easy as this book right here. And I'm not one of those that when I clean press, I don't use any kind of gloves. And I do that because I like to be able to have the feel for things when I'm working. And I make sure I'm cleaning constantly, cleaning my hands, getting soap and water, and making sure the oils are as minimal as I can. But this is a book that it doesn't matter. I put the gloves on in this book. It's the only way I can do this book here. But that is awesome. Another one of my Watchmen as a 9.8. That is awesome. Someday I'll get issue number 1 as a 9.8. I have not had any luck with either. I may still have one out in one of my orders, but so far I've only been able to get 9.4s on some of those. Oh, okay, we're going to keep this party going. So here's issue number 9, and the same deal. Let me give you the information on both of these. So issue 9, I've got it about $200. Issue 10 that we just saw, $230. Both of these were PC, both of them $1.50 cover price. So, man, we are doing good. These are great. I mean, these are old books. This is 1987 right here. That is awesome. These are my college years. These are right in the middle of my college years, or early college years, I should say. And I remember going, coming back from class and heading over to the local mall. I go to Walden Books. That'd be my primary place where I'd pick up the any kind of comic books and everything. So, oh, this is nice. I've been wanting this. I'm not sure if I've already got this in the collection already once or not, but this is Man of Steel number 1. This is the very first variant cover in comics. This was, of course, the John Byrne reimagination of Superman in 1986. And I actually have this copy. I want to say I think I got this signed by John Byrne when I saw him years ago back in the early, I want to say probably the early 90s. Yeah, I don't think it was too much after that. But I do have one of these signed, so that's really nice. And I'm super happy to have this. This was, it's not super valuable, but, as a 9.8, you're going to do pretty good. I take it back. I've got a $230 value on that. That's actually pretty good. And I want to say one of these, and I had a couple in here, and, I'm picking up the second. Oh, it's not the variant, but it is the regular cover of that. And let me take a look real quick again here. Yeah, I take it back. This is issue number 1. This is the regular cover. I mean, that's $230. The variant's about a $200 thing. And yeah, both of these. Yeah, I've got both of these coming from the PC. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've got this version in there. Woo! That's really nice. I love those books. I mean, what a time for comics for DC Comics. You've got coming off the heels of Crisis on Infinite Earths. You've got George Perez going right into his reworking of Wonder Woman. You've got John Byrne on Superman right there. You've got Frank Miller coming off of Dark Knight. You've got Watchmen. I mean, DC Comics was really good at that point. Ooh, okay, now here's one that I thought I might not quite get there. This is Gambit number 1. And again, thank you guys to all these other YouTubers who go out there and they pull these books up. And that's kind of what I'm doing here, is I'm pulling books up. And anybody who's watching this, what I try to give you is, I'm not coming out telling you, go out and get this book because, hey, this Gambit book here, let's see, is $150 at a 9.8. I'm not telling you that. I'm showing you that. And you guys can make up your own minds. You can go look for these books if you want. You can go and figure out how much you want to spend on it. It's up to you guys. I'm not even giving you advice. I'm just giving you books that I spec on. A lot of these come out on my PC. A lot of them don't, but I still look at them and I still research them the same way. I'm in the business right now of selling a lot of these out of my collection. I'm trying to, I keep claiming I'm trying to, as I get older here, I'm trying to reduce the collection. And I think all I'm doing is exponentially increasing it every day. But doing a lot of grading, this stuff is expensive, so I sell a lot of these to help pay for the hobby. So anyway, got a 9.8 on that. That is awesome. Woo. All right, got a few more left here. It'll be interesting in the end. I'm probably going to be disappointed in the ones that didn't make it, but you know what? I didn't want them graded anything lower than a 9.8. This is, it's either almost perfect or not. And yeah. Oh, I'm real happy about this one. I wasn't sure if it was going to make it through. This is my copy of Spider-Man #1. This is, I guess, the first meeting of our Spider-Man that we grew up with, meeting Miles Morales. Let me see. It's on here someplace. So Spider-Man #1, yeah, $3.99 cover price, and I've got it at about a $200 value. Yeah, that's really nice. Love that cover. All right, continuing on. Oh, awesome. This is not the first time I've got one of my copies of Secret Wars. This is issue #2, the Magneto cover there. And yeah, Secret Wars. What do we have for this one? Yeah, I've got about $218 value on this. It's fun. It's kind of fun to watch these, especially if you get 9.8s on any of these Secret Wars. Outside of issue 8 and issue 1, the rest of them, well, maybe 3, because you got the first appearance of the, I guess, the second Titania. They really were not keys of any sorts, but they have all been going up in value, and I think people are really trying to key in and collect that whole series. So it's awesome. Get another 9.8 on one of those. And I bought the heck out of those books. I had multiple copies of every issue. I ended up selling a complete set when I finally started getting into my collection and started thinking about selling off things. I wasn't grading at that point, and I ended up selling off a complete run for way too little at the time. If I had gone back, if I'd done that today, I would have kicked myself. I can't kick myself, a year and a half ago at this point, but yeah, it is what it is. Ooh, so I do have some facsimiles in there, and this is Avengers #57, the facsimile. So I loved getting these. This is a kind of a PC thing. I own the original. It's probably in a very good state. Probably will never get that graded, but this was real nice. And I say that a lot of these facsimiles like this will have some value. So you should always, you shouldn't discount this just because it's not the original. Well, it's not, but these facsimiles are their own comic, and a lot of them will have their own value. And I'll give you this right here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I've got basically $100 fair market value on something like this, and that's not too shabby. But I don't want that as a 9.6. That's why that goes into an order like this. Some of these other ones that you saw, some of the older ones, could definitely stand to be maybe a 9.6 would have been okay. Okay, and then the other facsimile. Now this is actually a really good key. This is issue #4 of the X-Men, the first appearance of Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, of course, Mastermind, Toad as well. Second appearance of Magneto. So that one actually, I think, is, I've only got $100 value on that, but this is maybe it's a bigger key than the other one being the first appearance of the Vision. So, well, that's telling me some of the things that I'm missing here. Yeah, I'm going to have some disappointments in what ended up not making it, but let's put this down, and let's start off. Let's see, how many did we get? So 14 out of the 25. That's I guess not bad. As I said, some of these had some age on it. I worked on everything. I felt like everything was really good. Definitely possible that I missed something. And as I said, I was taking shots on goal on some of them. And I'll show you, and I can tell you which ones those are. But no hard feelings on the ones that don't make it. It is what it is. Let me see. I'm going to set a little table in front of me here so I can set these down. Okay. Okay, now this is a disappointment for not making it. This is Mighty Avengers number 13. This is, I guess, the start of the Secret Invasion. Of course, this is a homage to Avengers 16, the original. A copy of my Crisis on Infinite Earths number 1 didn't make it through. I think this was my original copy of Thor number 8. This is where it's revealed that Jane Foster is the new Thor. This one's a disappointment because I worked on it and I wasn't sure how it was going to do. This was a little bit of a learning curve, and it kind of taught me how flimsy the Marvel paper is on their covers currently. This is Daredevil 25. This is the first appearance of Elektra as Daredevil. Let me set these down. Oh, this one. Oh, this would have been nice. We'll have to... Man, we'll go through these books. We may put them back through. This is Spider-Man 641. Just a beautiful cover. Is this One Day More? One Moment in Time. Yeah, there you go. It's got some value, and it's all about the cover on that. Issue 500 of Spider-Man. Haven't had luck on some of these key... I don't want to say key, but anniversary issues of Spider-Man. I think my issue number 700 got rejected in one of my last orders as well. Oh, come on, come on, come on. My issue of Thunderbolts number 1 did not make it. And I knew this is the ones I was really shooting for. I wasn't sure they were going to either make it through. I got 2 copies of Vigilante number 1, first series with the Vigilante. Not the first appearance, but the first series. My copy of Young Avengers number 5. Now, this is a great example of a book that you want as a 9.8. If you do not want this book as a 9.6, the value is just not there at all. I mean, as a 9.8, Young Avengers number 5 would have run... I mean, it says $230, but I'll tell you that I think the market's down on this a lot, and the fact is a 9.6, I've just seen these things drop off. I mean, it's not a $150 book in that case. I think it'd probably be under $100. And then my final book that did not make it through is my issue of Spawn number 8. I think this was my original copy from the day. Yeah. Yeah, so only a couple books in this order were not PC. That Daredevil 25, that's one that I don't have the price what I paid for it, but I know I didn't get it at the time, so I kind of went back, I bought it. It had a little tick. I thought I'd got it out. I think I probably added moisture to the cover when I was trying to get some of the wrinkles out, and as I said, the Marvel paper these days, you've got to be really careful doing that kind of thing to those books, and I'm getting to the point where I'm not going to be adding moisture to a lot of the Marvel books these days. I'm just going to give it a nice dry clean, and then probably I may put it into a moisture bath just to introduce moisture into it, but I can't do the direct moisture like I had been doing. So that was a mistake. I think it affected the quality of the paper, the gloss that's on there. I think that's probably what got me. Too bad we don't get grader's notes on the rejects. What else here? Yeah, the Daredevil. I mean, it was only $139 value, fair market value, and that was a little while ago. It's definitely cooled off, but overall, got some nice value on these 9.8's that actually made it through. The ones that didn't make it through, we will of course put that back through the system. I've got a giant pile of books. Hold on, the monitor is going to sleep again. There we go. We'll go through the order. We'll go through these books right here. We'll go through them. I've got a stack of books that I've had of rejects. If you watch these, you know I do a lot of pre-screens. So I've been pulling them out and just setting them in one area. And my plan is to, once I get that, like in this case, 9.8 books back up, get them up to about that 25 mark. I'm going to work on them again and see if I can put them back through the system. I'll have to reevaluate to make sure that they still fall in that 9.8. If they fall down and there's value in this spawn number 8 and 9.6, I may change which pre-screen I put it in, but I want to do a complete resubmission of the rejects. And if I miss something badly, we'll just pull it out. But I don't think I missed a lot on these. I know that some of them, like I said, shots on goal. But overall, really good, really happy. I can't complain, and I'm excited because I know I've got yet another order coming in tomorrow. Of course, that video will be several days after this one, so I'm hoping you guys are enjoying these videos. I hope you get any kind of information I can give you out of this. I hope it benefits you in every way possible, and thank you for support. We've gone over 400 subs. So, and then what I've also been doing is kind of setting these videos to premiere in the afternoon sometimes, usually when I'm at work, but I do that so it will fully load and be ready to go when you guys can watch it. And sometimes I'll come back on there live and make some comments during the commentary and everything, but like today, I caught the first 10 minutes and then I had to go to work. So, well, when I say today, the video that was premiering today while I'm filming, the same day I'm filming this video, premiered. And so anyway, I'm confusing everybody and myself too. Like I said, it's too early in the morning for this. But what I'm saying is hit the bell to subscribe, of course, and then hit the bell for alerts to let you know when I've got a video coming up. I'm doing these probably 3 videos a week, but they're not necessarily in any scheduled time other than when I decide to upload it. So maybe every 2 to 3 days. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed everything, and I will see you for the next video. Take care.